I just experienced something here at a local restaurant in Southwest Florida. So I'm doing this quick little PSA to other conservatives that may be wearing Trump gear, MAGA gear. Elections are only a few days away, so people are like their senses are heightened. People are very triggered. So just be on alert, be mindful of your surroundings, and you might opt to not wear any Trump gear. Me, this is how I was dressed today, and I went into a restaurant here in Southwest Florida. There was a guy that was kind of like looking at me when I first got there, didn't really pay no mind, like much mind. And even while I was on the phone with my mom, he was still kind of like eyeing me. And my husband's always big about like, make sure you know where the door is, look, be mindful of what's going on. So that's what I was doing while I was inside of the restaurant. And as soon as I got off the phone with my mom, he's like, so are you really a Trump supporter? I'm like, yes, I am. He's like, so that's why you're wearing that stuff? I'm like, yes, to show my support. And he's like, why would you support someone that doesn't support you? I understand people can have different views, difference of opinions. And I could have not answered the question, but I thought that even though he was a little passive aggressive, I thought that he was really open to a conversation. So I told him it's not about him supporting me personally. It's about him putting America first. And he went off. He started cussing at me, using like Jamaican words, saying a whole bunch of stuff and just going off. And there was a guy that was sitting at the bar as well. And he's like, hey, you don't know her. You can't talk to her like that. You shouldn't do that. And he was like, I'm also like he showed me pictures and everything afterwards, but he's like, I'm also a Trump supporter, so you can't come and attack her just because she has her views. She can wear whatever she wants. And then the owner comes out and the owner was like, hey, you can't do that here. You're going to have to leave if that's how you're behaving or what have you. But he just kept going off. There was one lady, there was other people sitting in a distance, but there was one lady waiting for a to-go order. Haitian lady, had a Collier County Public School logo on her shirt. And she was like, you probably shouldn't be wearing that stuff. And if he beats you up, don't call the police because I'm not going to be a witness. And I'm like, the one woman that's in the vicinity, this is how she approached the situation. But clearly it's because I don't support the same person that she supports. But that's a story. That's a different story for a different day. But what I really want to focus on is this guy. So he starts like, he's just going off. So I get on the phone and before I even get on the phone, I'm just like, you wouldn't be doing this if my husband was in here. You wouldn't be approaching me like this. And he's like, you don't have no husband with you right now. So I get on the phone and I call. He didn't know, and probably nobody else would have known, but my husband was just sitting in the car because we just left soccer practice. My husband was just sitting in the car with the kids, pulled up curbside for us to pick up the order. So I'm talking to him. My husband hears what's happening. And my husband is coming in. As he hears that, and the guys are like trying to tell him like, no, this is not how you approach things. He's still going off. So he starts walking out. And my husband is like literally coming towards the door, and he sees him and he's like, oh, I was walking away. I'm walking away from the situation or what have you. And he exchanged a few words with my husband. And if you've seen my husband has like one of those faces where it's like, don't even play around. But the thing is, he thought he was going to bully me. He thought he was going to make me feel some kind of way. And I don't know if he thought that was going to make me not support Trump. It further proves why I need to support someone like this, because how is it that you're so triggered that you would talk to a woman that way, that you would be so upset that you don't even have self-control? How do you allow this man, Trump, to have so much power on you? So then I go back in, finishing up the orders. He ends up coming back. And as he's coming back, he gives me some kind of like half-butt apology. I'm sorry, but I just don't understand how a woman could be supporting him. And I just kind of like tuned him out at that point. And then he still tried to have more conversation. And the guy was like, you don't know her. I've been following her. She knows her stuff. Don't even get started with her or whatnot, because you're gonna feel small. So the guy kept trying to talk to him, and he's like, no, but you guys are Haitian. You shouldn't be supporting, and just going on and on. So I share all of this as a PSA to say, if you're going to wear your Trump gear, especially as we get closer to the election, be very mindful that there are people out there that are losing it, that are losing their minds, because I don't know if they feel the shift that's about to happen. I don't know what they're afraid of, but they are literally losing their minds. So I just ask that you all be safe. I always protect myself. And even if my husband wasn't in the car, I would be able to protect myself in this situation. And kudos to the owner of the restaurant that came out and said something to this guy. And the guy that was there that was like, hey, you can't do this. You can't talk to her like this. I appreciate that. Those were two Haitian men that stepped up in absence of my husband being in the restaurant physically. that said something, so I appreciate that. And I don't know if the owner of the restaurant is conservative or not, but he was all about letting this guy know, hey, she can wear what she wants, she can support who she wants. And I think it's this like mentality that we have in the Caribbean. Like people from the Caribbean, you think you can say whatever and there's no consequences. No, I didn't call the cops. I didn't feel like that the situation needed to go there. But I do want, my voice is getting a little shaky. I do want everyone to be safe out there, to be on high alert with what's going on. And I'm not going to stop wearing my Trump gear. I'm not going to stop supporting Trump and showing my support, because it's times like this that people need to know that, hey, there are people that are not afraid and they want the shift. We are willing. I'm not trying to be a martyr or anything like that, but I'm willing to step up and let people know, like, hey, I'm a conservative and this is the way I'm voting. You don't have to be afraid if you're a conservative to say it. Like I was saying, that guy was showing me pictures of him and his MAGA hat and all the things to like prove to me that he's a conservative, and he was out and about wearing his hat. So if you are going to be supporting Trump and sharing things, just be mindful, be on alert, and know that, and just try to stay safe. No matter what side you're on, I would never go up to someone wearing a Kamala hat and go off on them because they're wearing a Kamala hat or they're wearing a Kamala shirt or they support. I won't do that. I'm okay. Like you want to have a conversation, we can have a dialogue. But if you're going to be cussing at me, saying things, threatening to attack me, I'm not here for it. All right, that's what I wanted to come on here. I had other content planned to share, but I think this took precedent, that I needed to let people know to be safe out there. Yes, please be safe. Please, just pray for everybody's sanity and their safety out there on the internet streets and in the real streets, because it's getting real out there. See you in the next one.